The music was soft. The lights were dim. And in the middle of a crowded room, Daniel Hayes stood with his arms wrapped around another woman. He laughed. She smiled. To anyone watching, it looked like a perfect moment. But miles away, in a quiet apartment filled with silence, his pregnant wife sat alone, staring at her phone. Tears blurred her vision as she signed the document that would end their marriage. Divorce papers. She didn't call him. She didn't argue. She didn't beg. She just whispered one sentence to herself before sending them. If he chose her, I'll choose myself. What Daniel didn't know was that the moment those papers reached him, his entire world was about to fall apart. Daniel Hayes had always believed he was in control of his life. A successful marketing executive, respected in his company, admired by his colleagues, he had built everything from nothing. But success had come with a cost. Long hours. Endless meetings. Late nights that slowly turned into distance. And that distance grew between him and the one person who mattered the most. His wife, Emma. Emma wasn't just his partner. She was his foundation. The one who stood beside him when he had nothing. The one who believed in him when no one else did. And now, she was carrying his child. But somewhere along the way, Daniel stopped noticing the small things. The quiet dinners. The tired smiles. The way Emma would wait for him, even when he was hours late. Instead, he found himself drawn into a different world. A world of attention. Excitement. And someone new. Her name was Sophie. She worked in his office. Confident. Charming. Always available. Unlike Emma, who seemed distant lately. Or at least, that's what Daniel told himself. It started with simple conversations. Then coffee breaks. Then late-night work sessions. Until one day, Daniel realized he was crossing a line. But instead of stepping back, he kept going. Because it felt easy. Because it felt good. Because he convinced himself it wasn't hurting anyone. That night, at a company event, Daniel stood with Sophie, laughing as if nothing else in the world existed. She leaned into him. He didn't pull away. And in that moment, he forgot everything. He forgot Emma. He forgot the life waiting for him at home. But someone else didn't forget. Emma. Sitting alone in their apartment, her phone lit up with a message. A photo. Someone had seen Daniel at the event. And they sent proof. Her hands trembled as she opened it. There he was. In another woman's arms. Smiling. Happy. Like she didn't exist. Emma didn't scream. She didn't cry at first. She just stared. As if her heart was trying to understand something her mind already knew. Then slowly, the tears came. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just quiet. Painful. Real. She placed her hand on her stomach, feeling the faint movement of the life growing inside her. And in that moment, something inside her changed. She realized something she had been avoiding for a long time. Love shouldn't feel like loneliness. That night, Emma made a decision. Not out of anger. But out of strength. She opened her laptop. Downloaded a document. And began filling it out. Divorce papers. The next morning, Daniel walked into his office like any other day. Confident. Unbothered. Unaware. Until his assistant approached him with a serious expression. "Sir, this came for you." It was a plain envelope. Nothing special. But the moment Daniel opened it, his world stopped. Divorce papers. Signed. By Emma. His heart dropped. For a moment, he couldn't breathe. He read the words again. And again. As if they might change. As if this was some kind of mistake. But it wasn't. Emma had made her decision. And suddenly, everything Daniel had ignored came rushing back. The missed calls. The unanswered messages. The nights he didn't come home. The way Emma had looked at him the last time they spoke. Tired. Distant. Broken. Daniel rushed out of the office. He didn't think. He didn't speak. He just drove. Faster than he should have. Back to the place he had taken for granted. His home. But when he arrived, something felt wrong. The lights were off. The door was locked. And inside, it was empty. Emma was gone. The silence hit harder than anything else. For the first time, Daniel understood what loneliness really felt like. Days passed. Then weeks. Daniel tried calling. Messaging. Even visiting places Emma used to go. But she was nowhere to be found. Until one day, he finally saw her. At a small clinic. She looked different. Stronger. Calmer. And when their eyes met, there was no anger. Just distance. "Emma," he said softly. She didn't move closer. "You got the papers," she replied. Daniel nodded. "Please, let me explain." Emma shook her head gently. "There's nothing left to explain." Her voice wasn't cold. It was final. Daniel's voice broke. "I made a mistake." Emma looked at him. "No," she said quietly. "A mistake is forgetting something small." She paused. "What you did was a choice." The words hit him harder than anything else. Daniel looked down. Ashamed. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Emma placed her hand on her stomach again. "I hope you become a better man," she said. "For your child." And with that, she walked away. Not angry. Not broken. Just strong. Daniel stood there, watching the life he had destroyed walk away from him. And in that moment, he finally understood the truth. Love isn't something you realize when it's gone. It's something you protect while you still have it.